Greetings, everyone. I am Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 13 of my favorite 31 hard rock and heavy metal albums of the 80s. A great decade for heavy music. Somehow, someway, we are all, you and I, are managing to pick out our 31 favorite hard rock and metal albums from this decade that includes hundreds and hundreds of great albums that are somewhat heavy, right? But we've done it. And today, on pick number 13, we're going to go to the UK for the 11th studio album from this legendary band. It was released on September 12th, 1983, recorded at the Manor in Oxfordshire, produced by Robin Black and the band for Vertigo Records. I am talking about Born Again from Black Sabbath. Yes, indeedy. One of those albums that for many people kind of mixed opinions on this album since the day it was released. Some people, this is one of the great gems that nobody talks about in the Sabbath catalog, the one-off with Ian Gillan on lead vocals. To other people, this is a terrible album. The combination didn't work. Deep Purple meets Black Sabbath. No, why did they do that? Me, my two favorite bands of all time. I love this album. Muddy mix or not, the songs are great. It's evil sounding. It's heavy as fuck. Ian Gillan is screaming up a storm. Iommi's riffs and solos are great. You got Bill Ward's on drums here. Geezer Butler, Ian Gillan, Tony Iommi. I mean, I love this album. I've loved it since it came out. You know, crazy album cover, right? But whatever. I would have loved to have seen more from this lineup. And again, I've talked about it a million times. I remember being completely crushed back in the day when word got out that Ronnie James Dio and Vinny Appice had left Black Sabbath. And I was like, oh, because I just love that lineup so much. And then just a few months later, you hear that Tony and Geezer and Ian got together in a bar in England somewhere, got completely hammered, and the next morning woke up and Ian had joined Black Sabbath, right? So I was like, whoa, because at the time, there was no Deep Purple happening. Ian had been fronting his own band, Gillan, right? So to me, this made perfect sense. I saw him on this tour, loved it, but it didn't last more than a little over a year. Album came out, did the tour, made good money on the tour, but then they decided that was about it, right? And of course, Ian went back to the Deep Purple Mark II reunion for Perfect Strangers, right? The following year. So that's the way it goes. So so the songs. I mean, classic stuff. You know, Take It Live on the stage. Got the Stonehenge stuff going on. It's just crazy. I mean, everything about this album and tour is just so crazy nuts, but it just works. So it starts off with the fast-paced song Trashed. And again, the one thing about this album is that the lyrical content, you know, because the lyrics are all written by Ian, a little bit different than what you would expect from Black Sabbath of the past, right, where you had mostly Geezer Butler and a little bit of Ozzy writing the lyrics, which are a lot more different than what Ian was used to doing, right? But here you got Trashed, which tells a story about a drunken night at the Manor recording the album, right? Crashing the car, you know, all this crazy stuff, right? Trash is excellent, fast-paced, but really, really heavy. Then you got the instrumental Stonehenge. Then, of course, Disturbing the Priest. Incredible song. Ian with his maniacal singing, those crushing riffs, the dark tone of this album I just absolutely love. Then you have another brief instrumental, The Dark, and then that goes to Zero the Hero, another really, really heavy song on the album. Then side 2, all right, Digital Bitch, fast-paced blazing rocker, maybe not all that much different than some of the stuff you would have heard on, like Technical Ecstasy, you know, or maybe parts of Never Say Die, the faster paced parts of Never Say Die. That's more of kind of like a fast paced rocker, right? Then of course the somber, moody, doomy Born Again, which to me is almost like the second cousin to Deep Purple's Child in Time. And then you got Ian screaming to the heavens on that one. Awesome stuff. And then one of my favorite songs on the album, Hotline. I absolutely love Hotline. Man, it's so heavy, just supercharged heavy metal rocker. Love Hotline. Again, more Ian Gillan screams. And then Keep It Warm is the kind of bluesy, mid-paced, melodic song to finish off the album. Keep It Warm, really good too. Really good melodies on there. Great vocal from Ian. And kind of Keep It Warm reminds, like if you go back to like Mob Rules and Heaven and Hell, both of those albums ended on kind of like a slower, bluesier kind of tone. Same thing here, so they kind of kept that in line. But all in all, great album. And then of course you got the studio track that didn't quite make the album. It should have. The Fallen. I absolutely love The Fallen. I think The Fallen is just as good as almost as most of the stuff on this album. So, of course, you get the reissue, you get that. So yeah, with the reissue, the remaster, you get all the live stuff, right, which was recorded at the Reading Festival. Very, very cool. And word has it that Tony Iommi has found the original master tapes of the Born Again sessions, and he is hopefully at some point planning to remix this album and maybe give it the sound that we always wanted to hear. I know Ian Gillan has gone on record many times saying that the original mix of the album is absolutely crushing, not the kind of muddy thing that they actually wound up releasing. So it'll be interesting to see if at some point in time that does come out. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I think Tony's got a lot on his plate. I know he's planning on doing some remixing and remastering of the Tony Martin era stuff. So would love to see this. So, but yeah. So charting stuff. So what do we got here? So this album made it to number 4 in the UK album charts, number 39 US Billboard, number 7 Sweden, Norway number 14, New Zealand number 44, Japan 38, Germany 37, Finland number 6, Canada number 37, and Australia number 53. And as far as, I don't know if this had actually certified, I don't think this quite made gold here in the States. I think it just missed short of that. Yeah, it fell short as of the last time they checked anyway. But as when it was first released, this was the first Sabbath album to fall short of a RIAA certification. But it did sell a few 100,000 copies. So, but when the last time I checked that, I have no idea. So anyway, that is my pick for today. My pick number 13, Black Sabbath, Born Again. Will you see Sabbath again on this list? I think if you're a betting person, you can safely say, yep, put some money on that bet. You were going to see more Black Sabbath in this list over the final week and a half or what have you. So let us know what your pick is for today, your pick number 13, as well as what you think about Born Again. Some love it, some don't. That's okay. I love it. Don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm a big fan. So, and there are the guys. There we go, right there. Of course, Bev Bevan filled out the concert lineup because Bill Ward dropped out before they toured, but there's Mr. Ward down there, plays drums on the album. So anyway, thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on the YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts, and please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, we got the links below to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations as well as our merch page, so thanks in advance for all that. Please hit that like button before you go. And coming up, we got tomorrow, pick number 12. We've got lots happening this weekend. So we've got tomorrow, I'm going to be speaking to none other than Mr. Arjen Lucassen, talking about his new album with his new band. They're called Supersonic Revolution. That's coming up tomorrow. We'll be talking to him early tomorrow morning. We've also got the UK connection coming up at you tomorrow. Melodic Rock AOR Day. We're going to be talking about 3 very cool albums, right? So tune in for that. And then on Sunday, Rich Catino and I will be ranking the albums of Norwegian symphonic black metal legends Dimmu Borgir. So that's coming up on Sunday. And then, of course, Monday starts, and the Hudson Valley Squares are back at it again. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Pete Pardo. We'll see you real soon here with more stuff. Take care. Bye-bye.